the next rally was the big one, the Raid De Himalaya, which was in October. Yeah, same year. But many people told me about difficult hai and all. When I remember that time it used to be 7 days, starting from Shimla, ending in Leh.
Okay.
And so I did that, completed it, which was again a very satisfying thing to happen, because in cross-country rallies, more than 50% cars don't complete.
Oh.
So in that rally, I remember we had about, I think, 60 to 70 cars, and only, I think, 25 to 30 cars completed. And once I completed that rally and reached Leh, and with whatever difficulties I had on the way, but finally I managed and completed rally. And frankly, that time I said, Raid De Himalaya kar li, complete ho gayi. Been there, done that, bas.
Imagine diving into the world of motorsports at the age of 45 and dominating some of the toughest rallies out there. That's the incredible journey of Sanjay Razdan. With over 100 podium finishes in iconic events like the Raid De Himalaya, the Himalayan Rally, the Desert Storm, and SJOBA Rally, Sanjay's story is nothing short of legendary. At 58, with his eyes set on the next challenge, Sanjay proves that age is just a number. He shares the highs and lows of his rallying career, from hair-raising moments that left him shaken to the triumph of winning the Desert Storm in a humble Maruti Suzuki Gypsy, beating competitors in far more advanced machines. Sanjay opens up about the hurdles faced by aspiring rally drivers, from the application process to prepping a rally car, and the vital role of a good navigator. This is more than a story about racing. It's a tale of passion, perseverance, and the relentless pursuit of excellence. Join us as we journey through the thrilling world of rallying with the indomitable Sanjay Razdan.
Thank you so much, Sanjay भैया. Finally, I think कब से, I don't know, 1 साल से तो follow कर रहा हूँ.
I'm sorry, it was in my mind to talk to you about it, and but वो टाइम ही नहीं मिल रहा था, या वो माहौल नहीं बन रहा था. प्लस आई थॉट कि गाड़ियाँ ही हो, तब इट विल बी बेटर आइडिया.
माहौल तो मैंने आपको प्रॉमिस किया था, एक बार आप मिलो तो सही. माहौल तो बन जाएगा, 5 मिनट लगेंगे.
नहीं, माहौल तो बन गया आज, बहुत बढ़िया. बट हाँ, I would admit that I have been maybe a little lax in this, but yes, thank you so much for following up.
That's absolutely fine. नहीं, I just feel that, and honestly, when I say this, भैया, I feel young boys and girls out there who are wanting to get into the world of motorsports, they have so much to learn about motorsports from a person like you. मेरे ख्याल से बहुत लोगों ने शायद सुना भी नहीं है आपके बारे में, because you've been one man behind the camera, you've never come in front of the camera, because of the fact that I truly believe that you are one of those old school serious rally drivers or motorsport buffs जिसको कोई मतलब नहीं है कि कैमरा कहाँ लगा हुआ है, नहीं है. आज के डेट में मैं देखता हूँ ये सबसे बड़ी प्रॉब्लम है.
Yeah, maybe, you know, I won't say that I'm camera shy, but I don't jump into things that, you know, people should cover me or something. I mean, अपना काम करते रहो.
Of course.
You know, when you do something in life, so people come to know slowly or steadily.
Of course. I think today was the first time, not the first time, but after a very long time, somebody actually made you do these kind of things outside.
Yeah, actually,
that we just
I don't do
in front
it.
Of camera.
I don't do things like this on camera, basically. Yeah, but yeah, if it is required in motorsports, serious events, then I try to do it. But yeah, I mean, you convinced me to do it in front of my house. Though.
So by the way, I think just after I say this, that he's 58 years young, I would not say old. Immediately after I say this, you will see this video of what was just happening outside his house. First question, भैया, that I think हम लोग गाड़ी में भी discuss कर रहे थे. I was discussing with the boys only.
I would like to say something about the age. You know,
Please.
I always feel that, you know, age is just a number, you know. I always tell my friends, you know, I don't want to grow beyond 30. Because
the kind of incidents that have happened with you, I think age is just a number only.
It is a number, basically. I mean, I always tell everybody, forget about what you're growing up.
हाँ.
It's better, yeah, sorry. The right word would be you should grow up rather than growing old. So,
True. And the kind of motorsports you're into and the level of seriousness that you follow, I think it is important to grow up but not old.
yeah, of course.
Because एक तरीके से in the midst of, let's say, a rally event, you are supposed to think sensibly at the same time aggressively from what I can understand. और वहाँ पे अगर आपका जो माइंड है, अगर वो ग्रोन अप की तरह बीच में अगर नहीं सोचा आपने, you have to take those decisions in fractions of second, which sometimes I just feel younger guns like us might not even end up taking.
See, people sometimes feel that motorsports is anybody's. I mean, not everybody can think about motorsports as because once you do motorsport, you have to. It's not only about driving. You have to think about. You have to think while you're driving. Plus, it's also about. It's not easy. You definitely need to be fit. Fitness plays a very big role because I'm predominantly into cross-country rallying where it's very enduring. You need very high endurance to drive in very extreme conditions at breakneck speeds. And uske liye fitness is very, very important. So
Naturally.
in the kind of sports I am, motorsport is a sport. I mean, as good as any other sport you would participate in. So in any sport you need fitness. So fitness plays a very important role.
But tell me one thing, Bhaiya. Again, coming back to the question that I was actually quite excited to ask you. There is track driving. There is all sorts of motorsports. Why did you choose rallying? What is it about rallying that excited you कि यार, and that too cross country rallying? Autocross वगैरह तो अब होने शुरू हुए हैं.
See, frankly, autocross is basically a stepping stone.
Okay.
I won't say that I have not participated in track races, autocrosses or whatever. I have done it, not so much. Motorsports was like, when I was a kid, I used to watch Himalayan Rally on the TV, and I used to think about it and dream about it that kabhi na kabhi main bhi karna chahunga. Well, God has been kind. He gave me an opportunity to go into rallying, and it excited me. The first rally I did in 2013.
Which one was it?
That was SJOBA.
Oh, okay.
In Chandigarh, which is also again a stepping stone into if you want to go into bigger cross-country rallying like Raid De Himalaya.
Okay.
Which used to be Himalayan Rally. Now then it was renamed as Raid De Himalaya. So that was the first one, and then there was no looking back.
You started rallying just about 11 years back, you mean to say?
I always tell everybody, I started rallying at the wrong side of my age. I was 45 when I started rallying. I think it was 2012, not 13.
Okay.
The first rally which I did. So people, I'm sure you know about people who start motorsports start very young.
Exactly.
People who I know have started rallying when they were 20 or 18 or whenever, as soon as they got the driving license, because it's a passion-driven sport. And due to certain reasons, I could not pursue my dream. But then, when everything else was done, I thought, let me try my hand into motorsport. So I got an opportunity.
That trial was in 2013. That's what you're saying. The SJOBA Rally that you said.
I started, SJOBA was 2013. So the first thing I started was off-roading with the North India Off-Road Club here.
China, you see,
That was 2012.
Okay.
So there was a monsoon challenge in one of the events they had, and I just read it somewhere in the newspaper or somewhere. Somebody told me. I did not know anything about.
अच्छा पेपर में छापा था या नहीं उसे?
पता नहीं कहाँ से I don't remember where it was a local somewhere I came to know about it, and I had a Nissan X-Trail that time.
I remember that. Yes.
Again a 4x4, so I thought, okay, let me do it. And I went there, and that was my first off-roading event which I did, and it was not very good because I damaged my car. It cost me a lot of money. But anyway, then somebody told me, why are you off-roading in this expensive car? Why didn't you buy a Gypsy?
Who was that somebody?
Somebody in NISC, I
Acha.
think Rahul Maroli or somebody told me.
Okay.
So then I looked for a gypsy, and that's when I bought my first gypsy and started off-roading with them.
Okay.
And coming to how I came into rallying was my first autocross, I would say.
Okay.
This was organized by Nivid Baskin,
High performance motorsport.
High Performance Motorsport. It was somewhere in West Delhi in one of the universities there. I think it's,
Okay.
I forgot the name of the university. Anyway, so I had this gypsy, so I went there with my gypsy as well as in the X-Trail. I participated in 2 categories.
Okay.
So that time also I didn't know A of autocross. I thought, "Chalo, let me do it." And I won in the gypsy class. I won in the X-Trail class. So then there was this the FMSCI steward there, Mr. Mickey Reen from Chandigarh. So he said, "यार आप गाड़ी अच्छी चलाते हो, तो you should continue." तो मैं बोला, "सर," बोला, "I am from FMSCI." मैं बोला, "वो क्या होता है?" So he said, "FMSCI is Federation of Motorsports Clubs of India, and we conduct all the rallies." So rallies हो गया तो it's I had the interest was created. मैं बोला, FMSCI क्या करता है? बोला, हम सारे rallies करते हैं, and if you want to participate, why don't you come? And this was in January, I think, and the SJOBA happens in March.
Okay.
So मार्च में एक रैली हो रही है, आप उसमें पार्टिसिपेट कीजिए. तो मैंने बोला, कैसे करते हैं?
हाँ.
बोला, then Nivid Bassin was there only. He said, मैं आपकी गाड़ी बना दूंगा, इसी गाड़ी को बना दूंगा. मैंने बना दो. And Mickey Reen told me you had to have a FMSCI license to participate in a rally, and we'll help you in that. So that was how it started, and then I sent the same gypsy to Nivid Bassin's workshop in Noida, and he made it into a rally car, whatever it was, and I got in the meantime my FMSCI license, and then I went to Chandigarh and participated, and it was a good experience. I had no experience about how to find a navigator that time. I had a friend in my gym.
Okay.
So I just told him, मैं रैली के लिए जा रहा हूँ, तो navigator बनेगा? बोला, हाँ चलते हैं. So that's how it was like a kind of a child's play. We thought it's a child's play, which it was not actually. But it was fun. The first rally, and I didn't even know that we should have gloves while driving, because I almost cut all my hands. I had scratches and cuts all over my fingers. But anyway, that time we didn't even have a GPS, so we went. We did the rally on a road book. I completed the rally. So it was good experience for me, and also Ravi Bhatia, who was my navigator that time.
Did he throw up?
No, he was also a tough guy, almost my age. Yeah, but I would always say that navigators have to have more courage than the drivers, because drivers know what they're doing, navigators don't know. But it's a team effort always, and we have to trust each other.
Of course.
So that was how it started.
Okay. And isme, tell me, I mean, considering this was your first rally, tell me a little bit more about what was going through your head, because I'm sure shitloads of things must be going through your head that time before the rally and while it's going on. And I'm assuming this is directly you were in extreme category.
Yeah, extreme category, straight away. Because I think I wanted to go into extreme category. I didn't want to go in the TSG category, because why I wanted to go in extreme, I don't know, but it maybe, as I said, it was always fascinating for me to see people doing the cross-country rallies. And bus ho gaya, but frankly, if you ask me, while I was driving and in the evening, and it was quite tiring, and I used to think, मैं क्यों आया हूँ, क्या कर रहा हूँ? But at the end of the day, when you're settled down, you think, nahi, it was good. And once the rally was over, I was obviously I didn't get any trophy. It was my first rally, but it was a good experience, as I said.
Okay.
So but then I came to know there with other seniors there, and I spoke to them. Aman Pritalowalia was there. I always call him my Guruji. He is definitely the best gypsy driver we have.
Okay.
And so we spoke, kya hona chahiye, and since
Aman was also participating in that rally.
he was in the
Okay.
that rally.
Okay.
I think he was already participating since many years.
Huh. Okay.
But then I told him he told me what add-ons we can do in the car, and how we can make it better. So I came back from Chandigarh and sent the car to him. So I told him to make it better. And that time I was driving T2, because in rallies we have T1 and T2. T1 is modified, T2 is stock car.
Okay. You were in T2.
I was in T2. Stock car, but yeah, you have to have all protections like the roll cage and everything.
Okay. Okay.
And so I sent it to him, and the next rally was the big one, the Raid De Himalaya, which was in October, yeah, same year. But many people told me about difficult hai and all. But I remember that time it used to be 7 days, starting from Shimla, ending in Leh. And so I did that, completed it, which was again a very satisfying thing to happen, because in cross-country rallies, more than 50% cars don't complete.
Oh.
So in that rally, I remember we had about, I think, 60 to 70 cars, and only, I think, 25 to 30 cars completed. And once I completed that rally and reached Leh, and with whatever difficulties I had on the way, but finally I managed and completed rally. And frankly, that time I said, Raid De Himalaya kar li, complete ho gayi, been there, done that, bas. It was, I mean, I had, even though I had the gloves on, but I mean, I could not even close my hands. It was so difficult. And
Probably because of that gypsy not having a power steering.
Of course.
Obviously, correct.
Power steering plus, as I said, it's quite tough to drive in extreme cross-country rallies. So then, I said, bas ho gaya.
Did you have a few experiences? I'm sure you did during these 7 days, breakdowns or something like
I
that.
had breakdowns, yeah. I had breakdowns on a few days, but then I managed to reach. I was on DNF, which means did not finish.
Okay.
So I managed to reach the places, but yeah, I lost time because I had some electrical problems on one of the days, small problems.
Okay.
But that's how, I managed to complete the rally. Because in cross-country rallies or in any rally, I would say that even completing a rally is also an achievement. It's not easy to, as I said, the breakdowns are very high because we definitely abuse the cars. But then, I came back, told my family, bas ab nahi karni rally. Ho gaya. Because you think you have done, बचपन में Himalayan car rally देखते थे, you had this dream of being there. अब तो कर ली. Now what? I think after 1 month, this was October. After 1 month, since I was now in the motorsport circuit, so we had these.
And you had taken your fair bit of resting period.
Facebook groups, and I don't remember if WhatsApp was that time or not. But then, somebody told me desert storm is coming. So that ab nahi karni rally, I forgot that, and I said, yes, let me do desert storm now. So this was in, I think, February, and
the year after that.
Yeah,
February.
I mean, it was 2013, 2014, first desert storm. So desert storm was in Feb, and I had the same navigator, Ravi Bhatia, and we did it. I could not complete. My car engine blew up.
Oh.
And yeah, that was the first one. And after 2 days, I think we could not complete, and it was a DNF. बस वो rally हो गई. उसके बाद then there was no looking back. I have participated in all the rallies, and then after that immediately was the SJOBA, the second one.
I see.
So Sajoma, I went with Sarabi Bhatia could not come.
Okay.
He said, I can't come because of some reason. And then I didn't know. Navigator cancelled out. Then I spoke to Aman. He said he will speak to somebody from South India.
Okay.
And so he spoke to somebody, and there was one navigator who said, okay. Venu is his name.
Okay.
Very good navigator. He's still doing it. And unfortunately, he had a death in the family just a few days before the rally. So he calls me and says, I can't come. So a few days before Sajoba, I have no navigator.
Oh my God.
So it was like, what to do now? And then I started looking for a navigator, but it was difficult to find a navigator. And then somebody told me there's one young boy, he has done one rally, so वो available है. So like beggars can't be choosers, and I said, ठीक है. So Sajoba 2014, I went there. I drove all the way to Chandigarh. He was from Himachal, so he had to meet me straight away in Chandigarh.
Okay.
So I reached the venue where the rally was going to start from. I mean, where we were doing the registrations. And I see one very young boy. I said, "Yeah, he मेरे साथ कैसे rally करेगा? छोटा सा लड़का है." And then I went to him. I said, he said, "My name is Karan Okta."
Okay.
So that's how I met Karan. And that was our first rally together, and completed rally with him. It was his first rally, or second rally. So it was okay. I mean, nothing great in that rally, but again, I think I completed that rally also. But then since then, Karan has been with me. I have done all the rallies.
Same Karan, that name is on your gypsies, both the gypsies.
So Karan has been my co-driver since 2014, and I have not done any rally without him. So it's like a great team we have now. So that's how it started, and
देख लो
still continuing.
कहावत है ना कि पता नहीं किस भेष में भगवान मिल जाए.
हाँ.
और अभी तक he is continuing with you.
So it's basically, it's a team. He's quite a young boy. He's as old as my son. A little few years elder than him, but yeah, it's a young boy. And
So he probably started navigating with you when he was what, 18? 19?
I think he's 35 now, so he would be that time
23, 25.
23, 24, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I mean, but he's very good. He is year by year he's become better.
Well, he's calling shotgun with one of the best.
Yeah. So it's a good team. So that's how it started, and it's by the grace of God, and it's still continuing.
Interesting. How many podiums bhaiya abhi tak?
My first podium was in 2015, Desert Storm. I won in 1.6 gypsy category.
Acha.
Yeah, that I won that. I was first in that.
Okay.
That was my first podium.
Okay.
And since then, I have almost won every rally. In my category, the best one was, the most sweetest one was this one.
Okay.
When I was overall second in Raid De Himalaya. The same rally I had dreamt in my childhood. So, and winning Raid De Himalaya is definitely a big thing. And it was good. And you can imagine the satisfaction one can have of something you dream of since your childhood, and you win it one day. So that was good.
What came through your mind when you were standing on the podium for Raid De Himalaya? I'm sure it would have been an emotional outburst.
Yeah, it was. I think the first time I got emotional was when I won my first trophy. That was Desert Storm. But yes, Raid De Himalaya, when I won it, overall second, and in my category I was first, and competing with all the Vitaras and all the stuff, which are definitely much superior and powerful cars. And it's not easy to drive a gypsy. I mean, a gypsy driver would be able to tell you driving a car on a rally is much more easier. Easier in the sense, I won't say easy in that sense, but driving as such, because there's no power steering. It's a very tough vehicle. It's very hard. The suspension is baby suspension, I would say. When you talk of the new high quality modern suspensions, what people drive in INRCs, mainly the Rigers. So we always joke and say that one set of Rigers would I can buy 2 gypsies in that.
Are you serious? Oh my God.
But unfortunately, there's not much we can do with the gypsy. But yes, a little bit here and there we do. Like now, since the last few years, I'm driving on shockers from SJOBA company from Thailand.
Okay.
They're good, but yeah, not as excellent as, Rigers are definitely very expensive. SJOBAs, to a certain extent, are helping me.
Rigers, so then I think Rigers is a completely another level altogether.
They are basically because they are being driven by most of the rallies around the world, be it WRC. Maybe WRC people are also going for Kings or other shocks also. But mostly APRCs, even INRC, I would say everybody is on Rigers. All the Polos, all the XUV 300s, what Gaurav Gill also is driving. Or even now we have, I think, Baleno 1 liter engine turbo. Some people are driving it. And it's giving good performance. But yeah, suspension plays a big role.
Okay.
So engine is only for the power, but the control comes from the suspension. You can drive as fast as you can if you have good suspension. If your suspension is not good, it's very difficult to control.
So, tell me one thing, that आपके पास इतने options available थे, like you mentioned that Grand Vitara is there, and a lot of the drivers are driving Grand Vitaras, and I'm sure there were a couple of other options, and then Gypsy being one of the hardest things to drive. What is it about Gypsy that made it your weapon of choice?
Firstly,
please don't say सबसे सस्ती है maintain करने में.
Not really.
बहुत लोग बोलते
not
हैं.
really, because if we take in totality, it's an expensive car to maintain when you do, because then after every rally you have to do a lot of things.
Okay, please.
For example, engine bhi ho jata. Like people who drive Grand Vitaras don't really, maybe they have to spend once or during the rally, or suspension or mechanicals में प्रॉब्लम आती है. इंजन में ज़्यादा फर्क नहीं पड़ता उसमें.
Okay.
जिप्सी में इंजन भी चेंज करना पड़ता है, इंजन भी फूक जाता है. Usually, sometimes it happens with Vitara also.
Okay.
I would not say I didn't have options to maybe upgrade to a Vitara. Many people have been telling me, why don't you upgrade to a Vitara or something? The problem basically is, frankly, ek to I'm comfortable with a Gypsy because I've been driving Gypsy since long time, and Gypsy has helped me getting a lot of podiums, so I don't want to desert it. You can say there's a bond also with the Gypsy, and I think I don't know how far I'm right or not, but people say Gypsy drivers are a different league because most of the Gypsy drivers I've seen, they have been driving Gypsies for a long time. I've seen Gypsy drivers in INRC going to maybe a car which they have not really done so well.
Okay.
Because driving a Gypsy and driving a car, it's totally a different way of driving. It's totally a different ball game.
Okay.
But yes, if I had to go for a Vitara, I could have. Frankly, why I didn't go was number one, because it's difficult to acquire the parts.
Oh.
Because Gypsy, you still get parts.
Okay.
So if you have to buy a Vitara and then convert into a rally car, number one, the initial expenses are very high because you have to change the suspension to Rigers, plus you have to keep a lot of huge stock of spares. If the Vitara completes the rally, it will definitely come to the podium if the driver is good.
Okay.
I could have gone for a Vitara, but why I didn't go? Maybe because I didn't want to every day, ask, every day go to a workshop or keep looking for parts. कभी दुबई से आ रहे हैं, कभी मायापुरी से आ रहे हैं, because नए पार्ट तो मिलते नहीं, बहुत मुश्किल है. Some parts शायद मिल भी जाए, but it's very difficult to procure those parts. And frankly, I don't have time for that.
I'm sure.
I can't really, because I have to run my business also.
Yeah.
The business is actually financing my rallies. So it's difficult to devote so much of time to go to the workshop every day, and
I'm sure.
And आज ये नहीं मिल रहा, आज वो नहीं मिल रहा. So it's maybe more to do with peace of mind. I didn't want to really lose my peace of mind just because I have to rally, and sometimes once you are stressed because of something, then you don't like it. So
Sure.
I didn't want to reach that level that I stopped liking something because I have opted for maybe a better vehicle, definitely, but then it has to be easy also to maintain.
I think you're connected so deeply with the Gypsy over time, and not just in terms of podiums, but in terms of a lot of incidents that you had.
Yeah, I mean, as I said, I am happy with my Gypsy.
Huh.
And people know me as a Gypsy driver, so I have been participating in INRC also in the Gypsy category, though Gypsy category is not really taken to the main competition. It's a supplementary event.
Oh, okay.
Because but we Gypsy drivers are doing sometimes better timing than even the cars in IRC, which is good.
But then why did they do this? Why did they keep it as a supplementary thing and not as a part of the main competition in INRC?
Well, we have been telling the organizers of INRC it's something to do with the FMECI. Why they are doing it, I have not gone deeply into the reasons.
Okay.
But it does not come in the main championship, because in INRC there is INRC 2, INRC 3, INRC 4.
Okay.
Then JNIRC is a junior INRC. Then there's there used to be another category which has been converted now into classic, where you have these the old Baleno and the Esteems.
Oh, okay.
So that is also not now in the main championship in 2024.
Okay.
So even if Gypsy driver is, which I feel it's unfortunate, because we're also spending our time, we are spending our money and effort to be driving in the Indian National Rally Championship, but we are not taken. We get the podiums for sure, but we are not taken into the main championship. So why they are doing it, I don't understand. We had tried to convince them, but they are not. Like I was winner of Indian National Rally Championship Gypsy category in 2020. 2022.
क्योंकि वो मेन का पार्ट है नहीं तो.
हाँ, तो उसमें in INRC they have also the main function, because in INRC you have 5 or 6 rounds, So after you complete all the rounds, you are declared the champion of the season. So Gypsy नहीं है उसमें.
Okay.
But I still stuck to the Gypsy, and though I have the option to drive cars there, I can maybe graduate.
Okay.
Or maybe not graduate, go to a car category also. But I have not thought about it yet.
Okay.